AI music sounds good, and that's why it sucks. A new metalcore AI band is setting off real bands, and we're going to talk about the word metalcore and whether or not it's actually a dirty word. And I got a weird package in the mail. All that more in today's episode of
The Jesea Lee Show. Oh, oh. The Jesea Lee Show. Oh, oh. The Jesea Lee Show. Oh, oh. The Jesea Lee Show. Jesea Lee Show.
Hey, it's me, Jesea Lee, aka Music News Daddy. Thanks so much for pressing play on the podcast today. If you could do me a favor while you're here, why don't you go ahead and bang your head on that follow or subscribe button. I really appreciate it. It helps out the show. Drop that 5-star review as well if you can. That's also a way to help out the show. And it costs you no money. Free help for the Jesea Lee Show. And you can feel good about yourself. Our top story today, there's an AI-generated metalcore band that's pissing off real bands. And look, before we get into this, I'm gonna try real hard to not be old man yells at clouds here. I'm trying not to be a caricature of myself. I know I've got a little more salt in my pepper these days. I'm getting up there. I'm trying to not be the kind of guy, the kind of person who, rejects new technology when new things come, are created. Like, oh, that sucks, and move on. But I don't know. I really do think this one sucks. And listen, I know AI is not going anywhere. I know it's more than likely something we're going to have to learn to work with instead of against. And it can be a great tool. There are great applications for AI. I've seen it in action, but it can't be the only form of creation, okay? It can't be the end point. It's got to be like auto-tune, I mean, whether your feelings about auto-tune or whether you're for auto-tune or against it or not, again, that's an example of something that's never going to go away. And it can be used to help elevate musical projects. But you can't just slap it on and completely auto-tune something, because then it sounds like garbage, and then it just takes no talent to sing at that point. Getting into it, recently, Holy Absence frontman Lucas Woodland, he went viral with this tweet. He says, so an AI band who set us as an influence, i.e. it's modeled after our music, has just overtaken us on Spotify in only 2 months. This band has only been around for 2 months, and they've already overtaken the band Holy Absence as far as monthly listeners on Spotify. He wrote, it's shocking, it's disheartening, it's insulting. Most importantly, it's a wake-up call. Oppose AI music or bands like us stop existing. The band also, this AI band also cites Dayseeker as an influence, which caused Dayseeker frontman Rory to comment, quote, fuck this band, LOL. Rory also posted a plea on his personal account to not listen to this band.
To not support it, not listen to it, and just understand that the more that we keep up with trends like that and giving attention to these fake bands who leech off of the artistic creativity of real bands, I feel like it's a further nail in the coffin for every band that's actually out there trying to make something of themselves.
So that band that Rory's talking about, that I'm talking about here, that band is called Bleeding Verse. Sounds AI generated right off the bat, right? I mean, it sounds pretty 2000s metalcore-y, actually. It feels like more like a Trey. Didn't Atreyu have a song called Bleeding Verse? I feel like that sounds real From Ashes to New, or from Autumn to Ashes, or Atreyu, maybe Old Avenged Sevenfold. Bleeding Verse sounds like some 2000s metalcore. But this band has millions and millions of streams, and you may have even been listening to this band and not even realized it. It might have popped up on a playlist, or it might have shown up on your For You page. I've seen a lot of creators posting videos of them being like, oh man, I just discovered this new band, Bleeding Verse. These kids, they're in their car jamming. Oh, these videos they're posting have millions of views on them, of them listening to this band, Bleeding Verse. And then if you go check their page, there's usually a follow-up video from that creator later on saying, oh, my bad, I didn't realize this was an AI-generated band. Because most people, they feel like they've been duped. They don't want to. And then in the comment section even says, like, hey, just to let you know, this band's AI-generated. So usually the creators are pumping this out and promoting this band will later retract and say, my bad, didn't realize it's AI. Some of them haven't. Some of them double down. I'm like, I don't care. It sounds good. Why can't I listen to it? But regardless, both these bands, Dayseeker and Holy Absence, have been removed from Bleeding Verse's bio. It used to say that it was citing influences from Holy Absence and Dayseeker. And now once they got this pushback, obviously from Holy Absence and Dayseeker, it looks like who's ever behind Bleeding Verse decided to wipe that, scrub that from their bio. Right now it reads, Bleeding Verse crafts cinematic alt metal anthems for emotionally undone. with haunting vocals, immersive soundscapes, and lyrics torn from the quietest corners of the soul. This project doesn't beg for the spotlight. It lets the music speak first. Well, yeah, no shit. How else is it going to be presented other than the music? There's no actual person performing it. Little is known about the faces behind Bleeding Verse. Faces. So, I mean, is it somebody in like their pet or something? And that's by design. The focus is the feeling, grief and reverb, hope and distortion, truth behind the lines. Is this bio written by ChatGPT? Come on. I feel like this whole bio is done by AI. For the broken, the seekers, and the ones who don't know what to say it out loud, this is for you. Bleeding Verse isn't here to be seen. It's here to be felt. Human lyrics turned into songs with AI. So, I mean, at least according to the very AI sloppily written bio there, and, you know, of course, AI can write pretty well and pretty tricky, so I'm sure it's going to replace me at any moment. The Jesea Lee Show will be taken over by ChatGPT any day now. But at the end of this bio, they say at least they're claiming to have written the lyrics, and everything else is AI generated. But who knows? Again, that could have just been the AI bio writer that was like, well, let's say that it's human lyrics because that'll make you more relatable and make people like you more. I'm not going to play any of the music here, but just know it sounds good, of course. I mean, if you like that kind of music, if you like Dayseeker and Holding Absence, then you're probably going to like this band. I've seen a lot of people say they've listened to it and be like, oh, I knew right away it was AI. It sounds robotic. And sure, I mean, I'm more of a trained ear, can probably pick up on that. But the average person scrolling through their feed, like I said on TikTok, you hear something in a compressed, social media feed on your phone. Everything sounds a little flat, okay? And I mean, it's a big difference between listening to it on your phone and in some legit studio speakers. But yeah, of course it sounds good because it's modeled after good bands. It's going to sound great because it's using great music as the basis of it. And I'm not going to play it here, but it's funny because I bet if I did play it here, ironically, I would probably get a copyright strike in this video. And that's not why I'm not going to play it, but that doesn't hurt, you know? And I see the comments on these posts that say, who cares? If it sounds good, I'm going to listen to it. I don't care if it's AI slop or not. I don't care if it's a real person. If it sounds good, I'm going to listen to it. And that's fine. You can do that. You can listen to AI music. You can eat egg salad sandwiches out of a vending machine. You can buy bootleg merch off of Temu. You can do what you want. You totally, obviously, there's free will here. I just think it sucks. I don't think it's a good idea. You know, aside from this music profiting off of actual musicians, off of music that real bands have created and made, I feel like it's just going to create a whole generation of people, younger kids who are connected to AI generated music instead of actual musicians. Like I could be getting way tinfoil hat here, conspiracy theory, but there could be a lot of young music fans out there that grow up idolizing artists that don't even exist. Just completely fake AI generated bands. Like, how do you form a connection to a robot? I mean, well, I guess we're probably all going to form connections to robots at some point. They're all coming for us. But how are you going to form a connection to AOL Instant Messenger chats? That reference is probably lost on a lot of people, but just know it lands for some. And again, maybe this is going too crazy down the rabbit hole, but maybe instead of a kid picking up a guitar to learn to play music, they say F it and they type in a prompt instead and they create the song that way. And that's exactly what happens, by the way. That's exactly how this music is made. I've seen some people posting and commenting about this topic before saying, well, that's not how it's done. It's not exactly, you don't understand how AI music is created. It's not just scraping data and you put in a prompt and it creates, so you have to have some kind of musical ability to create these songs. No, you don't. You really don't. Maybe there are programs like that, but there are programs like Suno that you can literally just type in a prompt, a few words describing the kind of music you want it to create, and it will not just create one song for you. It will create multiple versions of that song, give you some, a few options. And we're talking lyrics, music. There's somebody singing on it. You can choose what kind of male voice, female voice, whatever. The band Via Nova, they posted a great video just breaking it down real quick. Here, watch this for a second.
This is for all Bleeding Verse or Saren X fans. I've seen a lot of comments of people being like, yeah, I don't care about if it's AI, it still takes, talent to make the song. And yeah, the producers are really talented. Look at this. All I had to do was literally type in heartfelt metalcore song about not feeling good enough. That's it. You press create, you literally get 4 songs in 1 minute, and they sound like this. So yeah, literally the only skill I need is I need to be able to type like 5 words maybe. That's what it takes. So like if you want to listen to it, I cannot change your mind probably, but don't pretend that this takes any skill or has meaning.
And you know what? That song doesn't really sound bad. He made that in 4 seconds and it doesn't sound terrible. It sounds on par with some of the stuff that you hear on the radio, not on the radio, not in Sirius XM Octane, obviously, but other radio stations. Other shitty radio stations. And if all music is AI one day, if this snowballs and all music is AI, then what is the AI basing the music off of? What previous generations of music is it going to base it off of? Is it just going to base itself off of other AI? That's like using tofu to make steak, but the tofu is made from fake steak meat. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hungry. And maybe I'm going down a weird rabbit hole here, but let me know. I want to know what the Legion thinks. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this, how you feel about AI music, if you support it, if you think I'm just being a crazy old man right now, or if you feel like this is kind of damaging to at least it's damaging to the real band's material because it's using their material to create this AI generating music. I mean, at the very minimum, I do not think it's right that a band started 2 months ago, made completely generative AI, has millions and millions of listeners on Spotify, and the bands that it's basing itself off of don't even have that many listeners. And I've seen the comments say like, well, those bands just make better music. That's where the AI music came from those bands. What do you mean make better music? They already made the better music. I'm flustered now. I'm all flustered. All right, moving on. Metalcore is not a dirty word, according to Matt Tuck from Bullet for My Valentine. So he was doing an interview with Wall of Sound, and we'd all know Bullet for My Valentine, right? Awesome band. And from that, Matt Tuck was doing an interview, and he said he shares a sense of pride about being one of the bands behind the whole metalcore movement. Him alongside of bands like Avenged Sevenfold, Killswitch Engage, Parkway Drive. And they asked in this interview, so they asked Matt, do you hate being called metalcore? And he said, no, I love metalcore. You can't tar us with that brush solely, but I think if you had to put us under an umbrella or a genre or something, I think metalcore is something that we would classify ourselves as, especially back in the day. I mean, I think we've evolved a lot more since then, got more diverse, but yeah, I don't think it's a dirty word at all. So yeah, straight from Matt Tuck himself, a Bullet for My Valentine, metalcore is not a dirty word. Here are some other words that aren't dirty, but sound like they are. Erect, moist, thrust, Uranus, tittle, suckle meter, penetrate, and I think that's it. I think I'm out. I'm sure there's more. Let me know. I want to hear from the Legion. I want to hear from the Jesea Legion in the comments. What are some words that sound dirty but aren't? And also, do you like the term metalcore? Because I think it's great. I think it's a great term. I think it pretty much nails it. The sound completely. It's metal, but with some some hardcore glaze to it. Glaze. Another one. Glaze. All right. So I got a package here, and it's a weird, mysterious package. And my I had 2 options here. I could forward it to the police, put it under investigation, or I could open it on camera. And I'm choosing to open it on camera. I hope I don't regret this. I hope this isn't the last video I make. It says USB portable disk drive. Got a envelope and a USB. Can I even plug this into my computer? I don't even know if I have the option to plug this. Do I have a USB drive on this computer? Oh, they included a dongle in case you don't. A little dongle. Another word that sounds dirty, but isn't. Dongle. Man, we're going to keep this going all night. Yeah, they got a little dongle here, so I can plug it in. If this is a hacker trying to blow up my house, at least they're considerate enough to make it easy on me. So on the hard drive, it says insert disk before plugging drive in a computer. I wonder what happens if I don't do that. Open right away, it says. This is exciting stuff. I hope I'm winning money or something. Hope this is like some kind of publisher clearinghouse situation. Okay, all right. It's like a little floppy. Floppy. Another word that sounds dirty, but isn't. Floppy. Okay, so insert disk. It's been a lot of years since I've done this. That's what she said. I'm not sure how this goes. Does it go in like that? Oh, okay. And now I'll plug this in. So when I go to this website on this Word doc, this spiritsquest.com, it takes me to this page and I put in my information and it starts a game. Oh, it's playing a little song. Okay. All right. I don't know. So it's some kind of video game track or something. All right. I got to pick a guy here. Who I got? He looks pretty cool. All right. Oh. Okay. That was terrible. Let me try again. This is like the Space Invaders guy. I'm so bad at video games. No! Oh. Alright, did get alright. Woo! You know, all my years playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater did not prepare me for this, unfortunately. I'm not doing very well. Alright, well, and as I'm playing this, I see I got an email from Nothing More that says I've signed up for a merch discount. So apparently this is from Nothing More, and it looks like this is teasing some kind of song release, I'm guessing. I'm assuming this is a video game version of the song. I don't believe the final version is going to sound like this. But I'm just, doing some hardcore, mental hardcore here. Really cracking the code. So yeah, be on the lookout for some new Nothing More, I guess. All right, sorry for that technology interruption there. I will try not to plug any weird devices in on tomorrow's episode of the show. But in the meantime, you can please bang your head on that follow button, that subscribe button. You can find me at Jesea Lee on TikTok and Instagram. And above all else, no matter what you do, be sure to share this episode with somebody that doesn't suck. All right? Take it easy now, and bye-bye.
The Jesea Lee Show. Oh, oh. The Jesea Lee Show. Oh, oh. The Jesea Lee Show.